Ladies and gentlemen, today we are in Kansas, and tell everybody, Maija, what is really funny about the location of this amazing chocolate shop, name being Annedore's Fine Chocolates.
We are on State Line Road, and across the street you would be in Missouri.
Right, so it's Kansas and Missouri. Kansas, Missouri, only a couple miles from downtown Kansas City.
Yep.
Literally probably 2 miles or so from the plaza,
Correct.
Which is a really beautiful area here. And even there, you know, it's like Kansas, Missouri, but this is the state line here, right? With
Yep.
the state line road?
Yep.
Okay. So what is really awesome about speaking with you today, and I know we are going to talk to Rachel about her passion for being a chocolatier. You guys welcomed us into your chocolate shop on an impromptu interview because we heard that you guys are really passionate about what you're doing here. And for the establishment in general, one of the big things that you do is you have macarons. Am I saying that correctly?
Macarons.
Okay.
French macarons.
Okay. Because I'm going to tell you, every time I heard people talking about them, I thought they were talking about the coconut macaroons. And I know this has been a really big thing for the last couple of years, and maybe before, but for me, that's when I was introduced to it. So can you tell everybody exactly what they are?
Yes, a French macaron is a cookie that is made out of almond flour that's a meringue, and then in the center you can either have a buttercream, a curd, a ganache, or a jam. And about 9 months ago, we added the French macarons to our line with our fabulous chocolates that we serve here. And since then, it's been growing, and we also do macaron demonstration classes, and now we have a space to sell them here, and so they're lovely.
Okay, so you have a couple different ones, because what do I need to know about them?
Well, the nice thing is it's like a 3-layered process. It's like you get a little bit of the crunch, and then the center is soft, and then you get a very yummy, gooey center, depending on what it is. We have 8 in our series now. We just launched 2 more to our edition. So we have a vanilla and a lemon, a pistachio, a chocolate, a coffee, a caramel, a citron, a jam, and a lavender. And what's really neat is all the fillings we make here too as well. And Rachel, our chocolatier, which I know you're going to talk to, makes the fillings for us as well. And so it's all stuff we can use in the shop.
Okay, so maybe I should wait till the end of the interview to try them, but 2 stand out to me. I know a lot of people. What are your most popular ones?
The most popular is the lemon. We make a lemon curd that is to die for, and then the vanilla has a vanilla buttercream.
Okay, the vanilla was my number 1. Lavender, number 2.
Okay.
So
my favorite's pistachio.
That was my number 3. All right, maybe I should wait. Let's put those here. We'll save them.
Okay.
They look delicious. And I really want to talk to you, Rachel, about, how does somebody become a chocolatier? Because, majority of us love chocolate, right?
Right. I don't think there's very many people in the world that don't like chocolate. But I actually happened into this job. It was a total fluke. I came to work as a retail for Sherry, and then about 6 months after I was here, the chocolatier that was here left. And so I just scooted into the back, and it's been the most amazing 6-year journey.
What is that transition like? Because, here's the thing. You can do that. You can be hired for retail and then scoot into the back, but you have to say yes to that opportunity. And I think the thing is, and it's amazing to see this chocolate spitting over here, but I think the thing for a lot of people is they would be very nervous to say yes to that.
It was terrifying, to be very honest. It was terrifying, but I had an interest in being in the kitchen anyway, so I figured it's kind of a do or die. Let's just try it and see what happens.
And how long ago was that?
That was 6 years ago, and I haven't looked back since.
What do you think your greatest hesitation or challenge was?
I think it was just learning the nuances. Chocolate's very finicky. Some days it's happy, some days it's not. If it's humid or hot or cold, all those variables come into play. So it was kind of learning what it is that I was working with, and then how to kind of tweak every day to be able to continue to have progress. There was lots of no progress days, which
and something tells me that you had a few flops.
Oh yes.
What was your most memorable flop?
Definite flops. Probably the one that stands out to me the most is we make all these different truffles, and I had finally got down how to make the shells really well, and I had made the filling, and I put the wrong filling in the wrong shell. So
what was it?
It was supposed to be a port wine,
Okay.
And so it was a heart-shaped truffle, and I actually put the dark imperial ganache inside of that truffle. And then I had to explain to the boss that I had just totally ruined 170 truffles.
Yeah, but how do you know you're not going to, make the next creation, the next peanut butter cup? You put your peanut butter in my chocolate,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. And that was just kind of one of those things that we rolled on past it, and we ended up sampling those, and
It didn't taste well.
And
you didn't like the way it tasted.
It actually tasted great. It was just in the wrong shell. So on the display, people would be confused because it wouldn't read like it was supposed to. But
I see.
we kind of just stepped over that and kept going. But every new thing has those challenges.
What do you think your most favorite concoction, creation, or moment of accomplishment was?
Oh, well, I think my favorite things to make here are the 3D things, much like this kitty that we'll make, because that just allows that creativity. The cats all look a little bit different, or say Easter bunnies, they're all a little bit different just because I get to hand decorate each one of them. But I think probably my biggest, woohoo, I finally feel like I've got this. I went to an intensive boot camp is what they call it, chocolate boot camp. And when I graduated from that course, I was like, okay, I got this.
Well, yeah, you got the information you needed.
Yeah, and I had my hands in it for about a year before I went to that class. So it was nice to just kind of get that reassurance that I was okay, I could do it.
Okay, that makes sense. So there is training for chocolatiers.
There is training, yes.
Okay. So you're making these chocolate kitties.
Right.
And how do you do that? What's going into that?
Well, and I can take this apart so you guys can see. These molds are 2 pieces. And so I took the dark chocolate and just painted it in so that the cat would have spots. And then I put the 2 halves together. Binder clips are a girl's best friend. That's my little tagline every time I show someone how to do a. So then I clip the 2 halves together, and then we fill it with the opposite. So these will actually be milk chocolate cats. And so then I would dump chocolate in here and use the shaker table to vibrate so that it doesn't get bubbles. And these will be solid, so they will be completely full of chocolate. Some of the other molds are not though. Some of them are hollow in the middle. So it just kind of depends on what it is.
What are these other ingredients you have on your table here?
This tub of beans will hold those so that they don't spill.
Okay, because I'm like, those don't look like nuts to me, so I'm not sure.
Those are just regular old beans from the grocery store.
Okay, cool. And then, is that caramel?
This is ganache. So this is actually truffle centers waiting to be piped. So this will be the light imperial. We have raspberry, and then we have a dark espresso. So this here is the light imperial, and that's what this center is.
This one, the light?
Yes.
Are they all the same center here?
The 3 light ones are milk
Okay.
chocolate ganache center, so real smooth, creamy milk chocolate. And then the dark imperial is this one, and it's the dark chocolate ganache center.
I'm going to try one of these right now.
Absolutely.
Because really,
So these are brothers to each other. They're kind of the
it's a little bit torture
start.
with all this chocolate
right,
around.
and not having some.
I probably should have bid it to look at the center about.
That's
I'm
okay.
an all or nothing kind of
Right,
girl.
yes. And those have been an Annedore staple for 30 years. That's the original recipe, and I still make it the exact same way that they made it when the company started way back.
That is phenomenal.
And then we've kind of, over the years, we've taken that basic recipe and have built upon it to make lots of other flavors and other kinds of treats. But that's kind of the start all staple.
My crew is going to love that. Okay, so,
Chocolate dipped apricots.
okay.
This is a turtle. We make the caramel here in house.
It's
Roast
got nuts
pecans.
in it. Oh, the turtle is my jam.
Yes, and then we cover them
Anything
in
with
milk and
nuts
dark
in it is my
chocolate.
jam.
Little kiss of sea salt on the top.
What do you think? Because you're talking to us about something you fell into, but I have to tell you that in order for you to first say yes, in order for you to want to be successful at this school, in order for you to talk so proudly about what you're doing here, and the fact that you're keeping their original recipes in place and you're able to put it out in such a beautiful, delicate, tasteful way, it tells me that, maybe this is something you were supposed to be doing in your life. Do you think?
Oh, I think so. I think everyone sort of has a calling for something that they're supposed to do, and it just took me 28 years to figure out what mine was supposed to be.
Which is actually not a long time because I'm 20 years older than you and I'm still working on it. So,
But once I kind of found it, I can't imagine doing anything else other than making candy and making chocolate. So,
What do you think you've learned about yourself?
I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was, and I can work under pressure. When I never was really that kind of a person, I would usually crack. But when you get into the heat of it, and when you really love what you're doing, you can handle that, I think, better than if you're not really into what you're doing.
That's interesting.
And it comes to holiday time, and the order board is loaded, and I just have to wrap my mind around it and just work my way down the list.
It probably is extremely fulfilling. Like you, especially at the holiday time when you know all these people want something that is special to them, or they
Right.
wouldn't be ordering it at the holidays, and you get to give them that.
Yes. And looking like we'll set a goal. We'll say we're gonna make 20,000 truffles, and that's what we're gonna start as our Christmas goal. And when I get to that last day and I check off that last one and I go, I've got 20,000 under my belt. Okay, bring it on. What's next? Because you have that
That's
total
amazing.
sense of like, wow, I really did do all of that.
You know, we've been going around the country, right? We've been interviewing all these people about their passions, and my whole thing for Motivate Me is I tell my audience to envision something for themselves first. Like when they said, do you want to be in the kitchen? I'm sure you immediately envisioned yourself here doing this. You knew what it was going to take because you've been out the front.
Right.
So then exploring what it would take, like, okay, how am I physically going to do this? And then executing it by saying yes and going for it. What kind of advice would you give my audience about all of that?
Believe in yourself more than what you really normally would believe in yourself. Because I think everyone sort of doubts what they can do, or kind of doubts their, whether it's level of creativity or whatever it might be. And if you really want to do it and it really sparks that in you, then you have to fully believe in yourself, even on your worst day. You have to go, you know what, tomorrow's a new day and we'll just start again. And there have been times where I've walked out of here at the end of the day and went, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can go back. And then shift starts at 7 and I walk in the door and it's all over.
It's a totally different day.
You really love what you're doing and you really are excited about being able to do it, you can just go, you know what, I believe in myself and I believe in what I'm doing. And you have to believe in what you're doing, whether it's speaking with people or making something or selling used cars, whatever it is, you have to believe that you're the best one that there is and you can do it.
I believe that.
As soon as you get that mindset, you can pretty much conquer anything that you want to tackle.
You are speaking my language, sister. You are speaking my language. So, okay, Maija.
Yes.
If people want to find you, what's the website?
We're at annedorschocolates.com, and we're at 50th and State Line in Westwood Hills, Kansas. Oh, you should try these because
right.
This is a great addition to the fabulous chocolate that
Rachel, do you have a favorite?
Well, the lemon is my favorite.
Okay.
It is.
I'm gonna go for the vanilla. I'm such a vanilla girl. This is my very first one ever in my life.
Oh my, it's going
I
to
know,
change your life.
Everybody loves these.
Yeah. Once you have one, you can't go back.
Yep.
And we've had a lot of samples here.
There is no going back. I've never tasted anything like this.
It's lovely. Yes. Sherry put her heart and soul into this, so I'm just helping promote it and sell it because I love them too.
I wish Sherry was in town so we could have met her.
Yeah, she's
However,
wonderful.
Sherry, everybody's doing right by you. They let us come in. They give us an amazing opportunity to see what you are all about here. And I mean, your employees are passionate people, passionate about what they're doing here. So thank you both so much. It was really great.
It was great. Thanks for coming.
And I talk to you, 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 and we love, and we hate, and we demonstrate, we try to relate. This is my breakthrough. Whoa. Said now, this my breakthrough. Whoa. Oh man, this my breakthrough.